Welcome back to the Château de Saint-Germain-des-Prés, where the writer's residency and work on the cafe are still ongoing. But first, we are off to the Château de Baynac to provide some inspiration to one of our writers. So once again, we are at the Château de Baynac, and it's a hideous day here, as always. How do you feel about finding your great-grandmama's castle?
I think she had wonderful taste.
Am I insanely jealous that you're related to Eleanor? Just maybe a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Do you think this will provide sufficient inspiration for fantasy stories?
Actually, yeah. Because, castles are always a practical building in some way. Until you get into, 19th century when it's really about making a mansion.
Yeah.
But this is a fortress, and it is defending what's clearly a gap in the mountains and the river being a thoroughfare for trade. Think about cobble roads and how much of a pain in the ass it is to move on them. A river seems like a nice cushy ride.
Right? Definitely. Yeah.
And I think in my story I have a castle on a river that is a thoroughfare and a major place of trade. So seeing it like this is actually quite helpful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We aim to please.
Why, thank you.
Speaking of wonderful tales, lo did Surfshark VPN arrive upon these domains to sponsor today's chronicle. Once upon a time, a savvy traveler yearned to escape the clutches of price discrimination on their voyages to faraway lands. Fueled by a desire to savor every chapter of their favorite shows and shield their digital companions, the traveler embarked on a quest for the ultimate travel companion, a VPN. Little did they know this virtual cloak would weave a tale of seamless adventures, unlocking fair deals, preserving cherished series, and protecting unlimited devices from the perils of the digital realm. Surfshark is a VPN, an ingenious app and browser extension that virtually relocates your phone, laptop, tablet, or TV to any corner of the globe. With Surfshark, your home internet becomes your steadfast companion, accompanying you seamlessly wherever your adventures may lead.
Did the Wanderer encounter difficulties in acquiring the Shield of Protection?
Nay, I tell you. Simply download, create an account, and unveil a world of content wherever you roam. Embracing a VPN like Surfshark not only broadens your viewing horizons, but also fortifies your online realm by concealing your IP address, providing a shield against trackers and hackers. It's a digital passport to limitless exploration and enhanced cybersecurity.
Does the price tag cast a daunting shadow over the quest for the essential provision?
Nay, I tell you. Struth, a bespoke offer awaits the esteemed viewers of Manor and Maker. Get an exclusive Surfshark Black Friday deal. Enter promo code Manor and Maker to get up to 6 additional months for free at surfshark.deals/Manor and Maker, or click on the link in the description below. Quest on with the 30-day money-back guarantee. And now back to our adventure in Baynac. I'm very excited about this new exhibit space. It features Eleanor very prominently, and that makes me very happy. It's not just all Richard.
Yeah, it's quite an extraordinary story, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a really new exhibition space. There's the new placards, but obviously there's not much in the space itself yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else they do with it, because it still smells new in here.
Yeah, it's got that newly minted smell.
In a 1,000-year-old building sort of way.
Yeah.
Clearly, we're not the only ones with Chateau problems. I would like to reproduce this one. This is very nice. I'll get Steve on that immediately. We are not the only ones with Chateau problems, my love.
Yes, I know.
I just took footage of that gentleman vacuuming the outside of that window. Yeah. This is one of my favorite rooms. It's really big.
I wonder how much light is coming into it.
Right?
Upstairs it was so dark. But up here, this is made to impress.
Right? And you imagine with the fireplaces going, just roaring fires. Voila.
The fact that the roof is stonework.
Yeah.
And not just wooden roof. That's money.
So this is also a recent addition or a recent opening in this castle since we've been here. And Ella's just raised a good point that perhaps it was to keep the forbearance of the Perigord from each other's throats. So when they were getting to fisticuffs, somebody would just jump in here and be like, "Can't touch me, I'm in a church." I think you may be onto something.
Or the royal timeout room. Excuse me, this is getting too heated. You go into the church and think about what you've done.
That's an excellent theory. I enjoy that. I just heard one of my favorite questions of how do I make that dress? Well, clearly she's missing her pannier. That's step number one. Did they put the sleeves on backwards? I'm trying not to be judgy here, but it looks like they put the sleeves on backwards. But yes, if you do the whole get a bodice plan thing that we were talking about, you could make that. So further to our theory about, if the barons were getting out of line, if the locking them in the oratory didn't work, he would bring them back here basically and dispense some justice, shall we say?
I see that the floor drains out that direction. A little slow.
Yeah. And the crossbows hanging on the wall might reinforce the message of, do get along, gentlemen.
Because of this corny injury.
Always a delightful reveal. Is this the worst ever?
It's the worst
Ever.
It's so pretty.
Ella, please do make sure that you hang your crossbolts and put your armaments away before you go to supper.
Do not bring the weaponry into the kitchen.
Right?
Leave it in the mudroom. Come on.
Heathens. Or at least store it in the table. Come on, right?
Put those things away, boys.
So what did you think of Grandmama's castle?
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Great fortification.
Yes, they nailed that part. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Grandmama was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Pretty cool with her castle.
Yeah.
So.
She did good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for bringing her.
You're welcome.
And in honor of visiting Grandmama's chateau, Steve got me a pencil with a dragon on it, which is perfect because I'm writing a story with dragons. So thanks, Steve.
You're welcome. I'm trying to get a plumb line right around the walls in here so that we know where the data rail is going to go, and it gives us an idea then where the wallpaper, both the bottom and the top, goes.
Well, this is very exciting. If you will notice behind me, doors are on. And the giant mess of tools has been cleared away because it is time to start wallpapering. Not the real wallpaper, but the Soubassement wallpaper. So I will put that on, and then tomorrow I'll be able to paint it. And this feels like real progress. The electricals run through these plastic tubes, which the electrician has called baguettes. Yep, like the brand as far as I know, but you can correct me. And they are going to be a challenge to do the wallpapering around. So let's watch me hash this up for a little bit. get snapped for the minute. It works okay. I'm off to make peppercorn sauce. We are at the all-important first step of figuring out where to put the first panel.
Yes, it's all the math to figure out the best place to start for hopefully the best outcome in the
Yes.
in the decoration. So you may have seen this before. Forgive the colors, not quite accurate, but you know, sort of how it's going to work out. And the way that I worked this out was I did it by the strips of wallpaper. So you can see on here, there's like 1, 2, 3. So because there's 3 panels in this mural wallpaper, that's where the repeat is. So we're gonna start on this wall because we're right over the fireplace here. And what we've done is measured the distance between the frame of the door on that wall over there. So that was 12 centimeters. Then we're measuring 40 centimeters because it's a 52 centimeter width.
Yeah.
And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4 panels, which will mean we can start with number 1, and it's somewhat centered in the room. Figure out where that line is, do a vertical so we can start as plumb as possible, and we'll work our way into the corners. And then hopefully, if this is accurate, then all of this should work out. So that we have only one little bit of overlap, which will be behind the pipes and the doors, and it shouldn't be too noticeable there.
Yeah, so that overlap will be over in this corner here. And what we're hoping is that because we know the corners aren't quite square and we have a couple of baguettes to work over, we are hoping that the green space above the door works in our favor. And when I say the green space, I mean in some places we're not expecting to see a lot of pattern.
Yeah.
And we're hoping, I mean, it's gonna be dicey here, but we're hoping those ones give us the option to replumb a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we are gonna need to replumb once we're around the corners.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's never gonna be straight when we get around the corners.
And this is the biggest, flattest wall, so we want the mural to look the best on this space.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we can do some jiggery-pokery around the other places. Phew, it's a lot of planning and crossing of fingers, frankly,
But it's been,
for a couple of amateurs.
it's better to plan now before we start sticking stuff on the wall and realizing we didn't do it right.
Right. One final bit of genius that you noticed or remembered, because that probably would have escaped me, is that we're starting over the fireplace, but we are finishing below the edge of the fireplace to sort of have a balance that runs in between these two pieces. We like that look when we're looking things up on Pinterest.
Yeah. It works with the length of the wallpaper.
Yeah, but that means we have to remember not to start the base of the wallpaper at the level of the top of the fireplace. We need to take off that 5 centimeters. And I totally would have forgotten that, so good eye.
Yeah, so first things first, we do a measurement.
Yep. Oh, this is it. It's the first cut.
Boy, you really realize how tall your ceilings are when cutting lengths of wallpaper.
And you have to put in the 2 1-meter extensions on your table to roll it out. Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness we have a 3-meter long table. This actually worked out really nicely.
Right? Yeah. On the upside, we read the instructions.
Yes.
On the downside, we could have read them a little bit sooner because it does say to prime alkaline walls.
Right.
We're gonna give this a wipe down, then we're gonna prime, and then we'll do the wallpaper, which is really frustrating because we got the first piece cut and we really wanna put it up, but
Yeah.
the right answer is to prime, so here we are. Well, we've just finished a podcast with the Millennial Moron. We're not sure when that's coming out, but that's happened. And we've, let's see, done the primer, so that's done.
Yeah.
Yay. And waited the requisite 6 hours. And now we will put up the first piece of wallpaper. This is it? This time for sure? This time for sure the wallpaper's going up?
Sure, why not?
We did it! We did the first roll.
Hey, buddy.
Ah, that's so good! Oh my gosh.
I like it.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, that's impressive, right?
Do you love it?
Yeah. I'm amazed at how well, like, it's obviously the quality of the paper, but I mean, you cannot see the seams. Now that's partly due to us.
Of course,
We
you know, our
ourselves on it.
mad skills.
But yeah, there's one right there, but it's so hard to tell.
Oh, it's so pretty. Hello, little bumble.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect level too. Consider like it's a good height because it feels like it's, you know, sitting right at sort of like a window height.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's not too high. I really think once we get the rails and stuff in, this is going to look amazing.
Oh, I'm so excited to finish this off. Next week, when we have a certain surprise visitor, who shall remain nameless, but you might be able to guess who it would be.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll get it done in time for their visit?
The thing I like about wallpaper is look how much this wall is covered and we only use 3 pieces so far.
Right?
It does cover quickly. It's
Yeah.
just, you know, once we get into all the fiddly bits, that'll take some time. But
Tune in next week, and I hope we will be doing the big reveal. Wouldn't that be amazing if we could do the full reveal next week? Oh, it'd be amazing to be done. It would be amazing to show everyone.
yes, and to get this room back.
Right? Yay! All right, see everyone next week.
See you soon.